Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined with Leon Arms. An absolute pleasure, Leon. How are you?
I'm all good, mate. How are you? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Even better to get you on. An absolute studded prospect like yourself off the back of a fantastic pro debut. It's good to get you on. I can't wait to speak about it.
I appreciate the good introduction.
Hey, that's it. It is what I do. And I'd love to talk about the debut. It was spectacular. It was emphatic to say the least. Standing guillotine. Talk to me about that. That was pretty much the perfect debut, wasn't it? It couldn't go any better than that.
It couldn't have went any easier, to be honest. It was perfect. Went out there, didn't really get it. Got kicked in the leg a few arms, choked him out. Minute 30, couldn't have went any better.
The way you're popping it off there just makes it sound so easy. Rolling it off the tongue, it was absolutely emphatic. Walking out to the Newcastle crowd, and we talked about it before we went on air. It was electric. It was, everyone was up and down. Everyone's drinking the beers, sinking the beers. That's why it was probably a little bit louder. But what was that feeling like walking out to the Newcastle crowd, which pretty much, close to home?
Yeah, it was better than I thought as well, to be honest, because I knew I sold like 30 tickets maybe, so I thought there'd be like a little crowd in the corner shouting for me. But once I walked out with the Borough flag, there was quite a lot of Borough there, because obviously it's quite close to Newcastle, and there was a few other Borough lads on the card. When I was saying that, and everyone got behind me, singing the song, and then when it got announced I was from Middlesbrough, there was a good cheer for me. So yeah, I appreciated that.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I was sat in the crowd as well. It was good. I loved it every second. Obviously, there were some spectacular performances, but I'm highlighting you on that card. I think you was the most spectacular. We have you and Kennedy Freeman. I thought you showcased how good you was that night. Was it the feeling as well when you came off that out of that show? You felt, you know what, that was a good result. I proved a lot of people how good I was that night.
Yeah, so it was good because obviously I didn't really have much of a amateur resume
Yeah.
really. I turned pro quite early because of the opportunity that was there. But yeah, I wanted to go out there and prove that. I wanted to get a finish to prove I belong there, and I didn't just get there by chance.
Absolutely. I'd love to talk about that finish. Obviously, the standing guillotine, absolutely beautiful. We don't really see too many of them in MMA. How great was that to kind of pull that off? It was fantastic. It reminded me of John Jones versus Machida. You probably had that a lot, but it was Leon Arms this
Yeah.
time. So how was that?
Yeah, well, my teammate Adam Darby, he fought a few weeks prior in London, and he actually got the full-on John Jones standing guillotine against the fence, and the fella dropped and everything. But I was buzzing to get that actual finish, like, because I did feel a bit like John Jones. I wanted to keep going. I wanted to like plop on the floor so I'd walk off like a G. But he tapped, so I didn't get to do that. But it was sweet enough.
Absolutely. You talked about that. You didn't really have like an amateur resume. You're heading into this one a bit, lack of experience, should we say? How was the confidence? Obviously, stepping up to pro debut, as you talked about, maybe probably, sooner than you expected. How was that, heading into fight week?
It felt no different to me than the 4 amateur fights I had, to be honest. Because I believe in myself. I know how good I am because of the people I train with. All my career, I've pretty much trained with Harry and George, and they're like, very high level world champions, about to be a world champion, Harry. So I knew that I had the capabilities to be a professional. It was just a matter of keeping my head going out there, getting the job done, and that's what I've done.
Yeah, obviously, we talked about the biggest stage of your career thus far. Cage Warriors, a fantastic promotion to kind of bring up guys like you in the promotion eventually, then move on wherever you may be. Was it a great stage? Obviously, you talked about Newcastle, great in front of your home crowd. But was it like when Cage Warriors approached you? Did you feel like, wow, you know what, this is good. This is the perfect opportunity for myself right now?
Yeah, exactly that. Cage Warriors is one of the best promotions in the world. Never mind just the UK. So to get an opportunity on Cage Warriors, a lot of fighters would love be on Cage Warriors. I got the opportunity. I was over the moon with it and made the most of it.
Absolutely, and I'd love to talk about the next step. The next stop is in Manchester. Obviously, we know you're there right now. You said the weather isn't too great, and that's against Christian Tosco, an Italian traveling abroad for a fight. What have you seen from him, the Italian? If you looked at him, obviously you and your coaches have probably looked at him. I don't want to give you too much away, but initially, what are your initial thoughts on the matchup, and what have you seen from him?
Initial thoughts is he's going to be tough. He's going to be big. He's going to be game. There's a few things that I've watched from his debut that I'm going to look to counter and put on him, but I won't go too much into detail on that. But I think it's a good fight. He's coming from Italy. Obviously, he's going to be game up for it. But yeah, I'm going to be too much for him.
I'd love to talk about that more. How do you envision, in a perfect world, how does Leon Arms get it done? Was that on Friday night?
A perfect world, I go in there, knock him out cold. That's always the goal. If you can go in there, put leather on the chin, and they go unconscious. That's the best way to go about it. But a win's a win at the end of the day. If I have to go, 3 hard rounds and win that way, I'll do that. If I have to submit him, I'll do it that way as well.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you, would you prefer a knockout or submission? But you answered that perfectly. So I don't have to ask that anymore. But we'll talk about, obviously, I wanted to talk about this video that Cage Warriors released. It was absolutely hilarious. It was funny. It was amazing. I loved it. It was your sister's reaction to your last fight. She was confused. And then she had Harry Hardwick next to her. Harry Hardwick had to guide her, tell her that you had won the fight. Have you taught her the rules yet about mixed martial arts?
I actually have to clear something up because my sister, I've taught her about MMA quite a bit. She actually knows what a guillotine is. She knows the most basic submission. She knows a bit about MMA. But for a bit of context, she was obviously very nervous for me because I'm dead close to my sister. She was worried about me. She was also very drunk. She'd had so much drink that night. She didn't know what was going on. I think all she seen was me holding him and then me walking off, and she didn't know what had happened. So then she asked Harry what the crack was. But the amount of hate she got on that, right, just for being a loving sister, was absolutely disgusting. And I just want everyone to know, right, who left a bad comment, I'm coming for you.
You can't fight everyone at once, Leon. That's hilarious.
I'll take them all on.
I don't know why she didn't get hate. I thought it was like quite a wholesome reaction. She obviously she might not have no idea what's happening. She might not be clued up as everyone else. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But it was that video got like 800,000 views. I was like, what the fuck?
But yeah, it was good. The Cage Warriors team done some fantastic job with that. Is she coming again in Manchester? Will she be there?
Yeah, she's gonna be there. Maybe a bit more sober this time and a bit more clued up, so we might not have a repeat.
I think what the Cage Warriors team should do, they should repeat the segment and have a camera again on her, and hopefully a fantastic finish comes her way. Your way, sorry, and she can have a better reaction, and then all the haters can react to that one as well.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Absolutely. You mentioned there about Harry and George as well. Training with them. Obviously, how high level they're. Obviously, Harry challenging for a title. In Newcastle, obviously as well, and George, obviously a title champion. How great is it to kind of be around them at MFA? Obviously, Middlesbrough Fight Academy. Not the biggest of gyms in terms of high level fighters or around the gym, but you have two there. So how great is that to have obviously George and Harry there?
Yeah, it's been amazing coming up training with Harry and George. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be in this position. So to see Harry fighting for a belt and going to be world champion is mint. You know what I mean? I look up to these people, and then see him become world champion as well as George. It's going to be like it's going to be a moment to remember for sure. And then when he goes to the UFC and that featherweight strap's there waiting, whoever I have to beat to get there a few years' time, I'll be holding that just after him.
Absolutely. What words of wisdom, if anything, did they give to you when you walked out before your pro debut? I know they were probably quite. On camera they seem like charismatic. Then they're quite funny characters. But what words of wisdom, on a serious note, did they give to you?
They actually weren't in my corner for that fight.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But so they went in the room, but words of wisdom to just in general, they just said, I don't know, give me a bit of advice. Said that he's going to be wild, be switched on, don't do any dumb decisions, and just be him. They're quite simple. They're not like the motivational type, or they tell you how it is. They say how it is. It's all business when it comes to fight day.
They're not rocking up like Tyson Fury in your corner, giving you the world's best speech. Are they not?
It's froze. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think I just lost you for a second there. I'll quickly repeat it. I said they're not like Tyson Fury rocking up with the world's best speech in the corner.
Oh, the Tyson Fury. Yeah, they're not like that.
I honestly, I can't wait for the next one. You talked about it there. Obviously, we're talking about Harry. He's challenging for a title in Newcastle. Obviously, you'll be rooting for your man. How does the man from Middlesbrough get it done?
How does the man from Middlesbrough get it done? Harry Hardwick is gonna stop this man. I'm gonna say he's gonna stop him. I think he might stop him in round 2. I think he's gonna be too much for this guy. I think he's gonna just absolutely dust him, become world champion, and then celebrate for his hard end belt.
Yeah, I would agree. I would feel like it's a hard fought road to get to this stage. I feel like maybe it was an opportunity he should have had maybe 1-2 fights to go. But we're not the matchmakers. Who are we? If this fight goes swimmingly and there's no injuries, you get through this one. You talked about before we went on air. Newcastle, 10 weeks away. Is that the ideal date you would love to return in front of that fantastic crowd once again?
If everything goes to plan, ideally, I would happily and I'd love to fight in Newcastle again. Last time it was amazing. The crowd was amazing. Obviously, everything has to go well first for this fight, which it will. And so I'm just focused on that for now. But if everything goes well, I'll be on that. I'll be looking to sell more tickets this time, get an even bigger crowd, and blow the roof off it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Leon was fighting this Friday at Cage Warriors 167 against Christian Tosco. It's been an absolute amazing fight. March 16th, I believe, if I'm correct. 15th, March 15th, I believe, this Friday. So it's going to be fantastic. Make sure you watch out for him. A fantastic prospect, a studded one, and he hopefully will get the job done and come back at Cage Warriors Newcastle. It's great. Leon, thank you very much. An absolute pleasure. I wish you the best of luck in Manchester. Enjoy the weekend and have a good fight.
Thank you very much, Griff. Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Catch you all soon.